We have breaking news. I'm toasted.
Hi, and welcome back to Kids Eat Toast Sometimes. Sammy.
Well, sorry, you've just caught me reading a novel there, one of my favorite pastimes, and that's where we've been. I've been reading, doing a lot of research.
Okay, about what? How to come back. How to come back after a year-long hiatus.
Exactly.
How do you do that?
Donald Trump, he inspired me. I was like, if that guy can do it, anyone can. He truly is the poster boy for the orange.
Comeback.
We are white male.
Okay,
so
sure.
I'm a touch on the dark side, a touch on the Puerto Rican. But we're making it work.
Listen.
We're attempting it at the very least. But
Yeah.
we've been gone for nearly a year. And that's because
Literally a year.
we've had a...
Mentee bee.
What's that?
Oh, a baby.
I was going to say we had a baby.
Yeah. Oh, no, we also had... How could I forget about our baby? Oh, my goodness. Yeah, we had a baby. Surprise!
His name's Surprise. Zimbabwean little fella. No, we obviously haven't had a baby. I don't have enough money
We got
for
engaged.
That. No, we didn't do that either.
No. I was looking at nappy prices yesterday. 400 Rand.
Don't pretend like you were just stumbling across nappy prices. Chloe gets accosted by the homeless. It's a problem.
Not accosted. If someone tells me a story, I just want to help out. So yeah, she asked me if I could buy nappies. I said, sure. Then I went to go tap my card and I was like, yo,
Expensive.
Yeah. That was a bit more than I budgeted for, but.
How much was it?
450 Rand.
Whoa. Yeah, you could, that's a charitable donation.
Yeah.
That's more than some people given the financial year.
That was more than I could give.
Yeah, that should help your taxes out.
Yeah, but
no, you're
for
a giver.
The babies, for
you're
the
a giver.
babies. Yeah.
And Chloe even goes to, is it Christina Revel, Christina Aguilera. There we go. That's better. I know. And I was supposed to say, and you pet the babies. That's not what happens. You look after the babies, and
but they're so beautiful.
You're a giver, and this is.
I'm a giver. I'm a helper. Anyways, that's it with the podcast. We just wanted to come back.
We just came on here to self-promote and talk about our charity service, which I do very little of.
Yeah, probably.
I feel like coaching hockey is a charity service
that you get paid for. But we missed you guys.
Everyone in charity gets paid. That's why they exist. God, where have you been?
No, I really miss podcasting. I'm so excited to be sat back here. We back in our old set, back to our roots.
Yeah, I don't know. I think I just missed attention. Yeah. Can't say I miss podcasting. No, we did. And again, we try to come back. I think we addressed it briefly, and we're going to chat a bit about mental health again. It's one of my favorite things. People, we're going to chat about it, and then they just never do because, it's awkward and,
Awkward.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So that's enough on mental health for now. But no, we had a bit of a tough time. Work got busy, running a business that now sponsors Kids Eat Toast Sometimes, KETS Media. We'll have an ad play sometime during this podcast, so buckle up for that one. It's actually pretty conservative because, clients and what have you. But yeah, so that's what we've been doing, building a business. Chloe's been at the forefront of that. And building a business in South Africa, not an easy thing.
Not easy. No.
We're not that hard either. I mean, we're talented.
And now an ad about ourselves. KETS Media. With KETS Media, you can set aside the extra hats and focus on what you do best, running your business. We know that juggling social media, content creation, and strategy can be overwhelming, especially when your time and energy are needed elsewhere. That's where we come in. From idea to execution, KETS handles your content needs with expertise and care. We bring fresh ideas, strategic insights, and professional execution to every project, so you can trust that your brand story is in good hands. With us, your content creation is not just outsourced, it's elevated. Wow, who wrote that?
ChatGPT. No, I wish ChatGPT was as saucy as that. Don't listen to me, ChatGPT. What an ad. What a company.
Wow.
Insider trading?
Maybe.
Stocks go up,
maybe.
up. But yeah, so thanks to KETS Media.
Thanks to ourselves for sponsoring ourselves.
Yeah, I'd like to thank me.
for believing in me.
Mainly Chloe. But yeah, so that's KETS Media, complete business branch of KETS. Like Chloe said, if you've got any sort of brand required needs, we are here to help.
You can visit KETSmedia.com. For me though, like my first time paying tax, now that hurt.
That's a kick in the
Now
dick.
that hurt. That was the beginning of this year. That's like when I really felt like,
Yeah.
that's adulting.
I also didn't budget for tax, so it was like a real knockout.
Can you believe it?
Felt like I was going on an overseas holiday, but there was no holiday. It was
Doesn't
just
budget for tax. Come catch me, tax man.
Wellington the Great. But yeah, we've had some big highs. What are some of the highs that you've had in the hiatus? You missed that wordplay, surely. Surely this has to fill the gap.
Oh my goodness, we had the best overseas trip. I had my little eat, pray, love moment. I went to Italy by
Cheers.
myself. I did a little solo traveling. It was incredible. Of course, I miss Sammy. And then we met up in Amsterdam, the city of, I don't know.
City of bicycles.
Sure, bicycles, marijuana, hockey.
Yeah, it was a very interesting city. It's one of the true overseas cities that I was like, we could maybe live here. And then you go to the shopping centre and you're like, no, we can't.
Yo, us and Albert Heijn, like this.
Yeah, Mr. Steal Your Girl, Albert. He does a lot of traffic, and rightly so. His numbers are great. But so international travel. Again, I gave up on becoming an international hockey coach. Not so much gave up, but stopped pursuing it, which is essentially giving up.
I almost feel...
And I haven't given up actually, because I'm doing all the courses. But I think I just come to the realization that it's like Kimi Räikkönen so famously recalled whilst discussing Formula One. It's more of a hobby.
it's more of a
That's
hobby.
as good as the Kimi Räikkönen Iceman impression goes. I'll have you know.
Really, really good.
So,
Do you feel like you're almost doing this sort of like, if I don't care, it'll happen?
no.
Like, I'm just going to pretend not to care.
I love the people and... Oh, fuck. Forgot
just
about
punch
this
the table one more time.
Jesus, the table fights back. No, I love the people. That's what I love about hockey. I could coach badminton. I could coach paddle, fake sport. I love the people. I love working towards a common goal, and it's given me a lot of purpose. And I will continue in hockey as long as I can. I think it's just more, actually, like you said, it's let things happen to you versus like, this is what needs to happen that, because I don't know. I just wish I had, didn't have epilepsy and was the next Rassi Erasmus. But thanks, mom and dad, you pieces of shit. Anyway, so what would you say the big learning you've taken away from? Because, you've essentially, I founded KETS, but you've headed up KETS Media, built it into a multi-million...
Investors, are you listening?
But built it into a good business, solid business.
Yeah.
I think we do great work. How's that been?
That's been awesome. I think my biggest lesson from KETS is probably the community that we've created. Like literally just by doing the podcast, we've met so many people that we then got into business with. And just, really being able to share people's stories, being behind the camera. I think that's what I like. I don't know if a lot of you guys know, but actually the beginning of KETS, I actually just started filming it.
Yeah.
And Sam was just in front of the camera. Don't scroll too far down in the YouTube.
Don't do it. I think we're polar opposites.
Yeah.
I really like being in front of the camera.
Yeah.
I find it, I hope no one's listening, find it kind of a schlep sometimes to be behind the camera. And like, take 6, do it now. I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm not a one-take wonder myself, especially when we do our sort of more satirical stuff. But I don't know, I like this. I like the bright lights. I love New York. Been a lot of early accents. But anyway, we also want to take you on a sort of a roundup of what we liked about Kidsy Toe sometimes before we stopped. Where it's going, what we're looking to do in the future. And then, again, the show really is about you guys, listeners and viewers, us making sure you want to enjoy it, engage in the episode. And I think you'll see as this unfolds with our guest joining us today, as well as some of the segments we built in, I think you're really going to enjoy it. And we're going to try and drive as much of you guys. Unless your submissions are terrible, then it can't be it. then we'll say,
then we're going to
wow, we've got some great things. It'll just be me or Chloe who's written them. So keep your eyes open, your ears loose for that.
What would you say your favorite part of the podcast has been, like favorite moment?
The best moment ever was, Joe Rogan endorsed Donald Trump. Beyonce endorsed Kamala. Kids Eat Toast Sometimes was essentially given the big fat thumbs up by Michael DeBrolio. And that must have been like 2-3 years ago.
Play the clip. What about that?
Do we have it? Has your country been in a car crash that wasn't your fault? Sick and tired of the blame? Well then I'm Michael DeBrolio.
Hey, Big Mike, apparently. I've never heard that one before, but I thought his effort was pretty entertaining. He put a lot of effort into that, and I'm going to watch where he goes. I wouldn't be surprised if he ends up with a late night show one day.
What a clip. Michael. I hope he's doing well. He truly is the golden standard of road accident fund lawyers. I'm led to believe through his great marketing campaign. So I hope so. We're going to have some of that news-ish element now. Maybe it's funny, maybe it's not. Maybe it crashes and burns.
Let us know.
That's what we're here to see. But yeah, that was my favorite moment because instant boner.
Yeah.
Your favorite moment?
Sorry, just to go back. You were also on CNN at one point.
Yes, briefly.
In your
fake news.
No, you were also on CNN.
God, I forgot
Guys,
that happened.
get this. He was on CNN, not even just like in his like dressing gown. It was like a silk kimono.
God, I forgot. I was so cool back in the day. I did things. I was ambitious.
If that doesn't scream Sam, I don't know what does. Okay, but my favorite moment.
Interviewing Arno Carstens in a dress was also big.
Yeah, but guys, we never released that episode.
No, it was a crazy episode.
We totally should.
There were NDAs signed.
Yeah.
That's all we can say.
I'm trying to think. Okay, this is like a fond memory. It was kind of also like a low, I feel. But guys, we've had a lot of times where stuff hasn't recorded. We've had meltdowns and stuff like that. But anyways, we had Grant Hines that episode. We had him here and we just recorded. We felt like it was one of our best episodes.
It was. It flowed.
Great chemistry. We laugh and we're telling stories. And then all of a sudden we look down and the audio just hasn't been recording for like 30 minutes. No. Like guys, it was bad.
Who was in charge of audio at that stage?
And you.
All right.
Not pointing fingers though, but you. Anyways.
Fuck.
But the highlight out of all of that was just Grant was just so incredible. Like he was just like, guys, I've got time. Let's re-record it. And that for me was like, we just have the best guests on this podcast. And like people who just like enjoy being here and just want to spend time with us. So it was really sweet.
I think that was also the mark. I mean, we have a hell of a lot of Epstein files unreleased. No, we don't have podcasts. But yeah, I think everyone always came away and was like, oh, we really enjoyed that. And that's special. And I think that often translates. And then awesome to have people like Grant. It's just such down to earth. I mean, he is one of the OG content creators.
Yeah.
Like, you know how much I hate that word. I hate it, content creator term.
Content creators.
But he is, and shout out to Grant. I also hate that. Shout out. I got to get away from that.
Yeah.
That's very American podcasty. I'm sorry, South Africa. But if you're listening from abroad, you probably miss South Africa.
Hey guys, I think maybe I should do the rest of the podcast just like this. Maybe get us more views. Just being like more American. Favorite guest?
My favorite guest? Oh, golly. Irvin.
I feel like you meant to say, I can't choose.
Oh, no, I can choose. Irvin. Because I just got on well with Irvin Roos afterwards.
He was great.
And it's become a friend. So, but there are lots of good guests. Cassidy Nicholson, who's coming on later today.
Yes.
She's a repeat offender. And really funny, done really well. I think she's going to have some interesting insights as well as some funny stuff to say later on. So, if that's what you're here for, just click the YouTube segment and you can go straight to that interview. Or you can stick around.
Please stay.
I forgot what it was like to plead on the internet. But anyway, your favorite? No, you said Grant is probably favorite guest because best moment. Your worst guest?
Oh. No, I feel like I can't say
Chloe's
the worst
too nice.
guest.
My worst guest was Mark Lottering. Terrible, diabolical. Because I love Mark Lottering. He is one of like the pillars of South African comedy. He's a superstar. And we just caught him during COVID depression. And then always like, I don't go on podcasts. Then I see him on podcasts. I'm like, Mark, what's really going on? But shame. I think he'd admit it was terrible. That's why we haven't released it. But to clarify, massive Mark Lottering fan. And if he wants to do it again, well, he's not invited.
I feel like we did invite him again. He was too scared to come back on. He was like,
That's true. That's actually the
guys,
story.
he made me talk about too many deep things.
Yeah, no,
No, but he was great. But I just, I don't think that interview would have done well. I'd love to have him back on. I really would. Yeah.
Who knows? But where to in the future? What are we doing with the show?
The vision.
What's our
The vision for the show.
What's our why? No, not our why, but what's happening for KETS?
I think for us, like, we just want to really like continue developing and level up the show. Like, we want it to still be comedy, a little bit of news, but also like integrate a bit of games, more guests. Like, I think also have it feel more interactive. Like, we want you guys to be sending in more questions and more stuff into the episodes.
Yeah,
that's
absolutely.
kind of like I think what we're aiming for.
I think again, it's we want to be. Above all, KETS has got to be real. It's got to be authentic. And I think I don't know. I was just scrolling through Instagram and it just seems like podcasts now are porn stars getting interviewed. That might just be my algorithm. I watch all of them.
I think that's for you. That's for you.
Okay,
yeah.
okay.
I don't think I've seen any of those.
No, I'm deeply fascinated by some of the goings on. Deeper. Anyway, and we hope you guys enjoy. We hope you listen to it, you share it, because that's ultimately why we're doing it. And then again, it's another extension of our business, and we will keep you along the ride, how we build the business, how we do things, not in like a self-helpy or diary or CEO. We don't know what the fuck's going on. We're just trying to make it happen. It also, like, if you don't have a genius like Chloe working in your company.
Stop it.
Coupled with a leading man who's half Puerto Rican, half jokes. You never know. We aim to do a little bit of everything, and of course bring you great conversations, funny conversations with people we think are great. So it's not necessarily big Instagram hitters, views. We don't give a fuck about. I'm swearing a lot. I'm swearing a lot.
Yeah, that's okay.
No,
you do you.
No. Child friendly. Promote the show. Anyway, so we're going to dive into a new segment, the news segment, and I hope you enjoy.
I'm so excited.
Earthshot took place last week with Prince William, traveling thousands of miles to talk about climate action in Cape Town. Greta Thunberg was set to attend, but was sadly 44 days late as she continues to travel around by ship. Hashtag save the turtles. Earthshot aims to spotlight groundbreaking environmental solutions completely unrelated to earthquakes. By Prince William in 2020, each year 5 winners receive £1 million to further their impactful projects. Nice. P. Diddy was a noteworthy runner-up after saving millions of ocean wildlife through stockpiling 90% of baby oil in North America. Speaking of travel, Cape Town continues to innovate the tourism industry with Uber Safari. Users are now able to book day trip safaris via the app. Each Uber Safari trip costs a flat fee of 3,550 Rand. And yes, that comes with a guarantee that the Uber will still smell like shit. Speaking of piles of shit, what does the Trump win mean for South Africa? Who knows? Well, here you go. Climate change, more like climate change the channel. The STV is getting expensive, folks. But with Trump potentially pulling back on climate agreements, South Africa's climate change policy might have to pivot. Climate change has gone from now to now. And, well, who the fuck cares so long as Eskom keep the lights on? That's my climate change strategy. I think I'm just saying things. When it comes to immigration, Trump's immigration policy is like home affairs. You may want to apply for citizenship, you might need citizenship, but unless you have enough money to pay someone to wait in line, you're not coming in. You're not getting in. We want you, but you're not coming. And maybe we just don't want you because you're useless. And just you wait till Trump hears that our president is a cupcake. The Secret Service might literally have to prevent the Donald from eating our nation's #1. I love cupcakes. He was a tasty cupcake. I prefer vanilla. Wow, I prefer not doing that accent. And when it comes to any general African policy, us shithole nations best not hold our breath. We may just suffocate. In a breathtaking study conducted by Standard Bank, it was found that more than 50% of South Africans have less than 1,000 Rand in their account come month end. And around 28% had negative balances. Yikes. Whilst we're on the subject of negative balances, the EFF exodus continues as Deputy President and co-founder Floyd Shivambu, as well as the former chair of the EFF, Dalia Mpofu, resigned to join the MK party, led by space and time Trump parallel Jacob Zuma. Julius Malema replied to the hefty betrayal by reacting to John Steenhuisen's latest Instagram story with a fire emoji. You up, baby girl? Heavens. The good news is that it's nearly December. The bad news is no one has any fucking money. But don't worry, tourists are coming and we're going to have a good time maybe if you're single. If you're not, hang in there. See you around. Dewey. The news at... Oh, God, no, hold on.
You've already won.
I can't afford a haircut, so I wear my cap everywhere I go. But...
Oh, the newscast is getting undressed.
What do we think of that? I don't know.
I love that.
Felt Crash and Bernie.
No, guys, let us know in the comments what you think. Let us know. Give us feedback. No, seriously, I really want to get in touch with you guys. See if you like that format. I think it's really fun.
I don't need feedback. I'm too self-conscious. Chloe will tell me if it's happening or not. But yeah, I think that if you've been with KETS from the very beginning, that's what KETS was.
Yeah.
For better or worse. So I'd always like to pepper that in. I think, talking about, Eskom is doing this and the petrol is doing that. And,
yeah.
Oh, my word. It's actually one of the prime reasons we stopped doing KETS. It was depressing.
It just kind of felt like, and obviously we still had fun, but it just felt like with the news especially, we were just talking about Eskom, if not every week, every other week.
Yeah, exactly that. And
there's only so many ways you can make load shedding kind of funny.
And if you want a scary prediction, load shedding's back because load shedding and KETS are the same thing.
Okay, I'm going to need you to run us through that.
They're not the same thing. That's completely false. They just operate at the same time.
Clickbait.
Because as soon as we stopped, load shedding ended.
That is
Sorry,
true.
guys, we're back, baby.
And so is load shedding.
Cut the lights. It's funny. Then we talk about it afterwards. No, I'm just joking. Imagine that's how we did this show. A massive shout out to our sponsor, Immunogold, for backing the KETS comeback. Now, if you're looking to make your own athletic comeback, Immunogold has you covered with their pure, powerful creatine and whey protein. And just for anyone trying to boost that immune system and gut health, try out their colostrum or ashwagandha, all natural, all locally sourced. So it's a proudly South African company because, local is lekker. And yeah, you can get big and strong like me. Full disclosure, I haven't started my Immunogold journey, and that's probably why you don't see the veins and just the general health. Because gut health, you can see, or rather smell, a mile away. And the great news is if you use the code KETS, that's KETS in all caps, you will receive 15% off at immunogold.co.za on your order. So affordable, healthy, discount. Sounds like Black Friday. It's just another day. Enjoy it. What's very exciting now is that we are moving on to our guest segment. All right. And that's where we'll be having Cassidy Nicholson. If you don't know Cassidy Nicholson, you've never heard about her. First of all, do you have access to Instagram or TikTok? Yeah, flippin' weirdo. Chloe, tell us a bit more about her.
Well, Cassidy's someone that we've actually had on the podcast a lot of times. We love having her on as a guest. She's famous for her character Constantia Mom. Hello, how's it, guys? And if you've been on South African TikTok, you know exactly who we're talking about. She's hilarious, no filter content creator.
How many followers does she have?
Like almost 200,000, I think, on TikTok. No, huge.
That's something else. All right, we're back. I've changed the game. There are a lot of wardrobe changes to this new KETS, sweated through my previous outfit. But speaking of sweaty situations, we've got a big time favorite in studio in the apartment today. And that's, of course, Cassidy Nicholson, who we teed up a little bit earlier. We've recorded countless episodes.
Could have never seen the light of day.
Yeah. No, I mean, when you say the N-word 12 times, things tend to get cut up, Cassidy.
It's just no, Sam. I just said no. I don't know what the problem is.
This could be Uno reversed onto me.
You did this to yourself.
Look for the exit signs, folks.
But seriously, I feel like you're now like an honorary host.
I feel like this is our podcast. Guys.
Adopted child.
Yeah.
Yeah. I adopted you too.
Yeah, we also kind of have the same skin color. If
we do. We've established
honest.
this.
Yeah. Have we spoken about this before?
I feel like we have. We could kind of be cousins.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We could.
Yeah.
It's my eyebrows and you're just whole everything. It's hairy. I'm hairy. You're hairy.
That wasn't the first thing I thought was.
Sam, do you know the first time I met you, you had an afro? Okay.
That's
No,
true.
he's got a bit
making
of
a
an
comeback.
afro going on again.
You listen to the pod, you now need to watch. No, I literally, my dad's like, hey, cut your hair, boy. I'm like, I can't afford to.
It got to the stage of just like month end, and then Sam's like, actually, I like this look.
He's like,
I'm
hobo
embracing-
chic.
Yeah.
I'm embracing the fro.
Okay.
And my dad's
get
like,
it.
you look like Trevor Noah. I was like,
You're way off.
yeah, and I'm like, is that offensive? I don't know.
yeah,
I find Trevor quite attractive. Anyway,
Okay,
Cassidy,
so-
let's get into the nitty gritty because
Way you moved out of that situation.
I know you just reverse. Do you alley dock? I find I don't spend much time alley docking in the modern world. But where was I going with this? This is chaos.
Cassie, how are you? It's been over a year since we last had you on KETS. How are you? What you been up to?
Oh gosh, I'm good actually. I'm good. I'm alive, awake, alert, enthusiastic.
Nice. I remember
Yeah,
that.
trying to be at least. Busy as ever, which I'm grateful for. But man, do I need a nap.
A nap, yeah. No,
Like-
it's napping is dangerous.
I'm at that age
dangerous
where
napper.
it's shameless at this point. I hate who I was when I was 5 and I didn't want to take the nap. I'm like,
you're napping.
you didn't know how good you had it.
No, I've got no hang-ups or social judgments about napping. I'm just scared of the person that returns from said nap.
It's
like rolling the dice.
I'm sorry, naps are not allowed.
Yeah.
Why?
They're really not allowed.
I wake up
He wakes up
angry.
so grumpy.
Oh, it's because you woke up.
That's why. If he's gonna nap and sleep through to the morning, fine.
Mm. No.
Go
Hundreds.
for it. Yeah.
I get it.
I can't do them, but anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's how I am. I'm good, but I'm exhausted.
Need a nap.
I need a nap.
You need December.
But fuck off. Fuck it. What's it? How do they say it? Fuck it, it's festive. There we
Yes.
go. Is just as exhausting as the year itself. It's literally it's a whole nother holiday type thing.
Also,
I'll
a lot
need
of
holiday from
of
that.
pressure to have fun.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I don't want to go out every day, guys. It should be illegal. I'm 28 now. I need a good day of doing nothing and not being called lazy when I do it.
Bring back lockdown. Heard it here first. Cassidy Nicholson.
Would you say that you are an extrovert or an introvert?
I am an extrovert, 100%. I
Yeah.
get my
Definitely.
energy from other
Yeah.
people,
Yes.
right? We can see it.
Some people are undercover introverts though.
Yes,
that
I
like
get that.
present extroverted.
I think that's me.
Yeah.
I'm highly extroverted, like talking to people, but also
Yeah.
maybe I'm just
what's an
cynical.
ambi-
I don't know.
I
I
think
think I'm
so.
just
I think
cynical.
an ambivert is like dead in the middle.
Yeah.
No,
I think
believe
maybe
those are tortoises. What is
dead
going
in the middle.
Hold on now, we're not at the game setting yet.
Have something. So how do you build a multi-million-dollar business, Cassidy?
Oh, is that what we're talking about?
No, not at all. No.
No.
First of all, impossible in South Africa.
Rich
Generational
dad, poor dad.
wealth. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
But we
Didn't
did
tick that box. Move on.
want to start off the episode with a little bit of show and tell.
Oh.
Bringing it back to our KETS roots.
If you're not familiar with show and tell, you obviously weren't in junior school or pre-primary. You bring something, you show everyone, you talk a little bit about it. It's where you probably first developed anxiety. So
Yeah.
Cassidy, what you got for us? I thought it was your phone. I'm like, God, how lazy is this person?
Even when you sent me a
Yeah.
message yesterday, I was like, I know what I'm going to bring.
Okay.
So, ASMR. It's smudged a little bit, but
All right.
the guy I'm currently seeing kept the receipt from the first date that he took me on. And then I was so spicy and I was like, you don't write me any letters. So he wrote, hi, I love you, and then threw the receipt at me. So I was like, that's pretty funny. But the reason why I laugh at it today is because when he was hitting on me online, I just like mised him, which apparently is the Gen Z version of ghost. I
Okay,
didn't know.
I was about to ask. I don't know what that
is.
ghosting was the Gen Z term, but apparently they've, reinvented it. Now it's mised. So
Old and irrelevant.
Negative aura.
Exactly, right? So I
Negative
was,
news. Sorry, I'll stop.
so I was mising him, and then eventually I like replied, and I was like, "Are you asking me out on a date?" And he was like, "No, you're an influencer. It's a meet and greet." And I was like, "That's very
That
funny."
is pretty funny.
I was like, okay.
yeah.
Let's have a look at the show and tell.
Let's see this receipt.
Wow.
Who picked up the bill?
150
He did.
rand spent on whiskey. 1 Wagyu brisket burger, 1 Indian cream spinach, sexual. No wonder this. Where was this? The eatery?
At LA Farms.
LA Farms.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, please refrain from making out of the mic.
Sorry.
This, San Pellegrino.
Yeah.
You guys, very nice. Okay.
Very nice.
Very nice.
All for the sum total of 50 Rand. What a date.
No, it's smudge, guys.
I know, I saw. No, you don't
I
want to.
lived by the ocean. So.
Don't alienate people with your expensive, luxurious life. I get aspirational
LA
content, but
Farms.
don't alienate people. God, that's delicious. This feels like another lesson. But
Anyway.
so you said you've been super busy, which is fantastic. I think what we also want to get more of a sense of, just as KETS moves forward, is just like little nuggets of help for people. So you exist on the internet.
Yeah, I
essentially.
guess.
And in real life.
Just checking.
That was a safe shoulder grope.
It was.
If you heard.
This is friendly. This, however,
Yeah,
is not.
elbow is crazy.
Ooh, in front of Chloe, Sam.
Anyway, moving swiftly on. Speaking of swift, Suzuki is big this time of the end. No, come on. They have to pay us if they want to speak about cars.
Totally.
Anyway, you've managed to amass a massive online following.
Yes.
If you were to start again, would you change anything? Would you be a bit more intentional? How have you kind of got here? I think that's quite interesting.
You know what? I'm going to sit here and say I don't think I would. I believe I was super intentional when I started. I did go into it with a really great mindset and a business mindset at that. I do, however, think if there was something that I could do better, it would be finding a routine. When you
Create.
Yes.
Okay.
When you enter this journey of content creation, a lot of us enter it of do a little bit of everything every day. And that, I think, is how we get to this awful stage of burnout where you actually, because I mean, I do what I love. So my form of escape is doing what I love, but also that's work. So I never actually find the happy medium of relaxing. You know, I can't really know, like, am I making this Pinterest mood board because I like doing this, or is this just work? You know, am I trying to make up a content plan or something like that? So I think what I would do, which is currently what I do on Mondays and Tuesdays, I don't do any content, which is wild because it's Tuesday and I'm here. No, it's Monday. Is it Tuesday? I don't know. I've just come away from a road trip.
Tuesday, my dudes.
Yeah. But anyway, I do pre-production on Mondays and Tuesdays, and then on Wednesdays I batch create, and then Thursdays, Fridays are post-production days. Yeah. So I think I would go into it like that, in which case it would build a healthy routine.
I don't think a lot of people respect the hustle. They kind of, no, like they want content, they want funny stuff, and then
they think you make one viral video.
And you think, let me just record this. Do you feel like you've gotten a handle on burnout, or do you think that's something that you still struggle with?
I still struggle. I'm a 0 to 100.
If you're handling burnout, you don't have burnout.
Yeah, exactly. That's such a good thing to say, because it's like, you know, I'm such a 0 to 100 person. I've never been able to find a happy medium with anything. I either don't partake or I partake to the fullest extent. And so I don't really know how to find the signals of burnout coming, because all I just know is how to give it horns, you know, which I think that, like, I need to realize that okay is okay too type thing. You know what I mean? It doesn't always need to be perfect. It doesn't always need to be the best type thing. So
Cassidy Nicholson, horny for burnout.
good caption though.
Think about it.
Yeah, I like
Pepper that into your next,
you said in the trailer.
No, that's an all-time stinker.
That is going to be the caption.
I'm rusty.
Do you feel like, so I know like a lot of people say like, oh, comedians are often the people who struggle the most with mental health. Do you feel like that's true?
Totally.
Yeah.
Totally. Now doing stand-up, I have seen what the green room looks like before we go on and tell ha-has.
I just want a quick question here to interject.
Okay.
Why the fuck is it called the green room? I've lived my whole life, and everyone's like, "Oh, the green room." I'm like, yes, haha, the green room.
No, actually.
Why is it the green room?
Back in the
know.
day, there used to be.
I don't know. Yeah, I think
Back in the day,
there could have
everything
been
was
something.
white, Queen. Hate to break it to you.
Hey, yo.
Wow.
Maybe
Racism.
No, black and white. Come on.
I don't actually know. I'm assuming
Guys,
it's...
we have Google at our fingertips. Let me get back
This
to
is
you.
true. This is true.
Why do you think it's called the green room? Go, you've got 10 seconds.
Because
Chloe,
of the
don't
color
say.
green, and it's emulating like Go, like these are the people that are going to perform.
Oh, that's clever. I think it's called the green room because chameleons are comedians
Chameleons are
and are often green in their natural state.
Okay, both of you wrong. Okay.
I'm surprised that I'm wrong.
So greenage is Cockney rhyming slang for stage. Hence, the green room was the room by the stage.
What did I tell you? back in the day, everything was white. Have you ever heard of some Greenwich, the Cockney origin for stage?
What's the Cockney accent though?
Cockney accent.
Greenwich.
Yeah, carry on.
Greenwich.
Oh, I cannot wait for our improv section.
Okay,
It's the one with the glottal stops. Yeah.
Okay, but we were talking about.
Yes, you
mental
were.
health.
So,
Watch yourself, okay?
I'm telling you.
Watch
No,
yourself.
okay, that was
Sam is
Next
flirting
thing-
with
that
me.
was comedic timing.
Next thing you
He's
know-
flirting with me in 4K.
Yeah.
Like for real, live. So, I've seen what the comedians are like before we go on stage, and we are riddled with nerves and anxiety. And you have to think about it. The very act of being a comedian is to make light of a situation that we struggle to deal with. You know, when people ask me all the time, like, "Oh, you're so funny," I'm like, literally, thanks, it's trauma. Like, I Debbie Ryan the fuck out of that statement, but it is like we have that. That is how we cope. And I mean, I've even been told like, not everything's a joke, and I'm like, it quite literally is. Otherwise, I would cry and just be depressed.
Interesting. Okay. And are you? I know the last time we chatted, which was a while ago, you were even like, I think, struggling to brand yourself as a comedian, and I think that's what a lot of comedian, because it's quite easy when you're just being funny and you're like, oh, you're Cassidy who sometimes does comedy.
Yeah.
But then when you're a comedian, it's like, well, pay up now.
Tell a joke. What's not clicking,
so are you
Stephen?
quite comfortable? I'm a comedian now. You grace a lot more stages. You're more comfortable with that identity.
The last time we spoke, the content I was making was very much still living in the skit world. But now, you know,
schizophrenic world.
Literally. Oh my gosh. It wasn't me, it was Patricia. So I've now found this place online where I can do my hot takes, my rants, my casual chats, all of those things. And they are quite funny in, you know, just how the way that they live and the editing. And I mean, I did a whole thing about the fact that Sea Point has too many cool points because they have too many weed distilleries. Like, give some weed distilleries to, you know,
To other
Kenilworth
people.
or something. I don't know. They also need some. But, like, just the
big topics, yeah.
No, but this is what I'm saying. Like, I've got one coming up where I'm like, I believe a lot more people are experiencing anxiety and depression because no one's crumping anymore.
Hot take, you heard it here first.
The correlation is there.
Think about it, right?
Yeah.
To be
So
studied,
it's just like when you have these conversations and stuff, and then people can start to see, okay, this is actually a funny person, and they're not taking things seriously, and the content actually is quite like it's quite authentic to them. Because when you see me in real life,
Hi, me, real person.
and then I hit you with the facts that like English teacher's always pregnant, then you're like, hey, yo, this person is the exact same person on the internet type thing.
Yeah.
My point is that like when you see that all my content is funny, I'm like, I feel a lot better now saying, okay, I am a comedian because I also do go on stages and I tell the jokes that I tell online. So the content and doing stand-up is starting to mesh now, which I think...
Well, I think that's the internet provides some of my favorite comedians, Mark Norman, etc.
Cassidy Nicholson.
The heavy hitters. They do a lot of their sort of research online. So they, a tweet or a little bit or a quick little video, all the content that you've been making previously, because you get like such great immediate feedback because the internet doesn't care. Like I've often found that about watching stand-up live is that there are some stinkers that get laughs because humans are social beings and you're at a comedy show to laugh, joke ends.
Exactly.
Whereas on the internet, they're like, shut the fuck up, you useless piece of shit.
Exactly. No one even likes you.
I hate this woman.
Oh, gosh.
So do you use your platform to actually test out jokes and like see how they land?
I do. And then a lot of people, when they come to my shows, they're like, why can't we record you? And I'm like, because what if that goes viral and then my actual bit doesn't go viral type thing. So I use it to test it out. I've currently got like 15 minutes, which is you have to like go and then like work with the joke and then get it to as short as you can to get to the punchline.
I also don't think people appreciate how hard it is to create like a 15 minutes.
You know how
people have 60 seconds.
5 minutes. Like you go on and you go on at armchair and then people are like, cool, 5 minutes. That is the longest 5 minutes if you're not getting laughs. Quickest 5 minutes if you are. Like doing stand-up is the most addictive drug because you have so much adrenaline. It's like you come on this high when people love your work because you feel seen is what it is. You're speaking about your trauma and how you have dealt with it, and then people love it and then they feel seen as well. But when no one laughs, you're just like, I could die. I could
literally.
We spoke about this, but it was on the unreleased episode.
Of course.
You guys will never see it.
You'll never see it, but
Starts putting in clips of the unreleased episode.
double foreshadowing.
Yeah, exactly.
But in terms of bombing, have you experienced that with the crowd? And
Yes.
what's that been like?
Oh my goodness.
Because you were so green to it that you hadn't bombed yet. You were just like
hadn't.
doing well.
I
Yeah.
hadn't. And the thing is, the worst part is my best friend is the reason I bombed. Okay, we were
blame
doing
it on
this.
her.
No,
Okay.
hear me out. She even came up to me. She was like, "I can't apologize more. Like, this is stand up. Welcome to the world of stand up." And I was like, "You knew what you did." Like, fuck, bro. So we were doing a thing. She was emceeing and then I was one of the acts. And this guy heckled her because she was asking like if anyone has any kids. And he said he had 2 kids. Granted, he was 18 and he said that his kids were like 7 and 14. So she's going, "Oh, are you okay?" Like, because
Yeah.
in her mind, she's like, "You were like 3 when you had your first kid." You know what I'm saying? So she didn't really know how to deal with that. And from there, started making rape jokes. And I was the act following that. So she was like, rape, 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 rape. Cassidy Nicholson. And now I go into this crowd who is so woke and so uncomfortable. And immediately when you start to stand up, no one wants to go first because they want to warm room.
Yes.
Warm the
100%.
crowd up,
You know?
get people
and
laughing.
then if you've got a cuck MC, not that she was cuck, but it was at that point where she didn't know how to navigate this person taking her for a ride.
Yeah.
Because it is a very serious, thing that we have in our country.
Of
and
course.
So you can't make a joke about that type of thing because what if it's real? And so there was no right answer there. But the rape jokes, that was wrong. And then I told her, I was like, you knew I was coming on next. You knew the stuff that I had to say was very light and airy, but now you've gone rape. And people are like, and she even said, why isn't it?
Everyone's like,
No.
like, ooh.
Exactly. And she's like, why isn't this funny, guys? And then this one guy at the back goes, rape's not funny. And she brought it. She brought it home.
Yeah.
But she
Yeah.
is also incredibly crass and real and raw. And she won the crowd back by saying, look, this has happened to me. We are comedians and we make jokes about things that happen and this is how we deal with it. And this is my narrative. I'm not going to sit there in a room letting this man affect me and how I look at myself. So I've taken my power back by making a joke out of it.
Yeah.
So this is me taking back my narrative, which everyone was like, cool. But now they're still uncomfortable,
Of course. No, they got woke reversed.
No, literally.
And now you come and say, hello, why is everyone's English teacher pregnant? Someone at the back, because she got raped. You're like, what? Jesus.
Yeah.
Yo, that's heavy.
It was wild.
Okay,
and subscribe.
Yeah, and then I literally was like, I have nothing else to say. Bye. And I got off.
Damn.
This is such, well, there are many barriers to entry for stand-up comedy for me.
Yeah.
But the biggest one is potentially having to do or starting your comedy career off an observatory.
This is what I say all the time.
I'm done.
Obs is not it. Obs, you know it. Obs is just a lower version of Gardens. I think I said.
Yeah, like a significant, like
Yeah,
minus a million.
But I'm saying same people. They both have Doc Martens that their parents bought for them. Like that's what they're wearing. But like in Gardens, it's just like a nicer apartment.
That's true.
But
And
it's
I'd
the same
appreciate if you
person.
stayed out of my closet before the show. Everyone loves docs.
I said what I said.
No, but what a lovely insight, because again, I think people have this complete delusion, and I think it was Yasin Barnes ages ago, obviously another
we love
well-known
him.
South African comedian, but he was like just because you're funny around the braai, like all the best. Like if you want to do comedy, like come try.
No, exactly.
It's really hard. I think it's such an interesting thing that you're doing, because you get different versions of live feedback. One from your comedy, one from the internet. And I think you do fantastically to merge those two. And that's why you've been a success.
Thank you. Yeah, it's been a wild ride because so I used to be very controlled in my stand-up and how I told jokes and how I wrote jokes. But now I'm learning to tap dance, which is essentially just like learning to read a room. Like Indians, they love comedy, but they don't laugh at anything. You have to make a joke about like their culture and then they think it's funny. They don't really live, and this is a generalization obviously, but for the shows that I've done where it's been, majority Indian crowd, it's tough to go and make a Jojo Siwa joke. You know what I mean? Like, because they're like, I don't know.
Do you know what that is, Chloe?
Yeah.
Oh, I might be Indian. No, and I also think that's the other hard thing about comedy in South Africa. Something that I always and about is that black people do this, white people do that.
Yeah.
It's so tied to identity politics.
Versus
Yes.
just like, oh, in like America, we all think Trump's funny, or like here's a Trump impression. It's like, say you did a Cyril impression, it's like, oh, is that racist?
Yes.
And then you have
totally.
to, I'm colored, screaming.
Yeah, exactly. Guys, give me my time.
And then everyone's like, we'll think about this as well. Okay, you're colored, but still no.
Yeah, but you don't look it,
So
you don't count.
it's very, you went to Camp Spain. We saw the photo, Cassidy. We got ya, bitch.
Yeah,
even that, you know. Can you call someone bitch?
Yeah, you can.
Okay,
Yeah.
fantastic.
You
And
definitely
also
can.
that whole, I don't like that. Anyway, so I think it's time we put your comedy to the test. All right. So we've got a couple new segments. Chloe, you want to cue them up? You want to tee them up?
Sure. The first one we're going to do is a little bit of improv.
Okay.
We felt like this was right up your alley.
Yeah.
Okay, we're calling it Under Toasted. Okay?
Under toasted.
Under Toasted.
Just in
Okay.
case it's dog shit.
Yeah, so it's not
We're like-
fully toasted. It's like, we're getting a prompt. Let's see where we go with it,
Burnt
okay?
toast was 2 on it.
So,
Okay, got you.
In each round, we're going to take on a random character, situation, or scene with no time or prep, okay? We've got our cute little toaster over here. You can go first.
Where the fuck are you guys getting this shit? Where are you
Chloe's mom actually brought
Yeah,
this toast.
my mom's the best.
Where are you guys getting the materials to make this?
Yeah. 3D print it. No, I'm
Oh,
joking.
love.
So you're going to pick one out of here, read it out, and then we're all going to have a go at it.
Okay.
Okay.
Sam, you first.
We're going to
All
say
right, well, we just go and you'll get a point, you'll get some laugh. I'll pick it. What's going on here? The toast is stuck. Okay. Bad ways to propose to your partner.
You go first. You go first.
Well, I suppose it's time. Would you say yes to that? I don't know.
Okay. After maybe you've just lost a bet, you say, well, a deal's a deal. Will you marry me?
Stinker.
Okay.
Not making it through to the next
No.
round.
My mom says I can't live at home anymore, so can I move in with you? And then I guess we should get
That feels real. It does.
Real.
That was a good one, though. Yeah,
Can I
well, my
just-
last girlfriend didn't want it, so. Come on.
Come on.
I got another one.
I've also got another
Go,
one.
go,
Okay,
just
go,
shoot from
go,
there.
go.
Look, I know we're rocking the daisies, but please, man. That happened. I witnessed it. That happened.
I also love the man. Like, please, man, come on.
Come on.
Give it 2 rand. Cut me some slack and just propose to me, bitch.
Also, can I just give like a scenario is with a flash mob? That's just a bad way to propose, guys.
Just, I feel like any over-the-top romantic gesture is like
Just don't do it.
Is the bigger the gesture,
The weirder it is.
earlier the divorce.
Okay.
Like so,
I like that
if you
ratio.
fly a plane, will you marry me? Like look up and it's like wow, like that's 6 months in, we're done. You gotta kind of just actually I don't know that I sound like I am a bad proposer.
Yeah.
I've got one more.
Okay.
This kid's not gonna raise itself.
Oh, shit.
Will you marry me? So
Damn, that's a crazy
Oh,
one
you
to
got
end
it?
on.
You cooked with that one.
You really cooked.
someone cooked you.
Okay, next.
I also feel just like
But Sam's quick, man.
I love also that backlash to like it was either McDonald's or KFC
It was
proposal.
a KFC proposal.
And everyone was like, ha 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 ha. And then it was like, joke's on you, fully paid for everything.
Everything,
done.
yeah.
And love is real, folks.
Yeah,
Love is real.
exactly.
You're up next.
I'm gonna actually go this one.
Okay, that was like 5-0 there, guys. You need to up it for.
Oh shit! There's one on.
You
I
got
predict
many.
myself being very bad at this.
Unlikely things to hear at a braai. So your dad and I are getting divorced.
Unlikely or terrible to hear.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a goodie. There's voice. There's a sticky kebab. a society. As you just munching on a little choppy. Yeah. Your mom is not the woman she used to be. Oh, that was good though. Okay. Another one I got. We need more salad. No.
Unlikely things to hear at a braai.
Right. Chloe coming up with any form of improv.
I prefer my sausage vegan.
Facts. I'll give you a point for
Yeah,
that.
you'd never hear that.
Unlikely things to hear at a braai.
I'm actually voting for Kamala.
Men make the best salads, you know.
That's true. If you want
Ooh,
to
I
toss
got one,
salad.
I
Unlikely
got it.
things to hear at a braai.
But this is
I'm just
piggybacking off
men,
yours.
men.
A woman's place is at the braai.
Yeah. Jeez. I also like to take this opportunity. I coined a term that I've heard in certain circles. Innocent bystander. I honestly, I made that word up.
Cook with your caption.
Innocent bystander. And
Okay.
it's a guy who sits next to you. The innocent
But he doesn't
bystander.
braai.
Doesn't braai, but he says, oh, you need to turn that one over. He's like, oh, I don't think Cassidy likes it burnt. You look at it and you say, my man,
No, this is
I'm here operating with a headlamp in 34
this
degree
is sound like
heat.
sweating.
40 knots of wind, and someone says, oh, can you pop this on? Oh, you brought the chicken.
It's always a Tristan, bro. Greg is always at the braai, just and he's such a good O because
Yes.
he's not even braaiing his own meat.
No.
You know? But Tristan's there like, yeah. So me and the missus just flip that
Yeah,
one.
flip that. Yeah.
Yeah.
And he's always drinking
He
a
could do it
spoon
a
of
little more
ice
time.
for some reason.
Oh my
Yeah.
God, yeah.
I hate that. Chloe, take us away over here.
Take us away.
Quick sticks.
Okay. Most awkward thing to say to a stranger in a lift.
Going up, or going down.
On me.
My wife. This is why we stop podcasting.
Okay. I guess we got to talk about the weather.
Okay. I mean, I do anyway. But okay, so what is this most awkward
I
thing to
feel
say
you
in a
don't
lift?
grasp the game, Chloe.
Fair enough, but I feel like that was awkward.
Okay.
This is what, you're trying to make it more awkward.
It's
Okay.
awkward things to say to a stranger in a lift.
Okay, this is another one based on true events. Sure, hey, you smell like Balzac.
Balzac.
True event.
Balsamic
Wait, who
vinegar.
said that? Who said that? I
To
feel like
you.
it was like your
Who do you-
mom. Yeah.
Oh, your mom is crazy with it, honestly.
Crazy.
She's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, my parents have this term for when, a man smells like sweaty balls.
Balzac.
Balzac.
Balsamic vinegar.
No, my dad. My
I've
dad
said
even
that 3
calls it
times. I
Bals-
just
yeah,
no one's getting laughs.
Balzac vinegar. Yeah.
What about this?
What is happening?
It's me in the lift. That would also be kind of scary. Imagine someone just like gave you that sort of presence. And what? Read it again, there, Chloe.
Most awkward thing to say to a stranger in a lift.
I don't have any socks.
Be like,
Ooh, yeah, that
or you just,
slams emergency. Hi.
did you just fart?
Jeez, that is a crazy thing. No matter how bad the body odor, I will never in a million years.
comment on it.
I feel like I got a funny one there.
No, you did. This is actually me in a lift.
You're avoiding to make eye
I
contact.
can't. Then they look at me and say,
And the thing is, everyone goes going up. So like that is uncomfortable, but everyone's.
I feel like that's a cliche. I don't think.
it is.
I love it when they're like going up, you say, no, down. And they're like,
That happened.
no, and then their brain freezes. They're like, if I get in, does it still go down? Or do these
Okay,
things
next one,
just
next
go up? All right.
That is true.
What not to say to your friend struggling with mental health?
You look awful.
Just breathe.
Oh, that breathe one gets me.
Yeah.
But also, don't tell them they look awful. Considered having a wank?
Samuel,
That actually leads to depression.
have
I've
you
tried it
tried?
many a time.
Have you tried meditation?
Yuck.
I can do your horoscope for you if you want.
Yeah, you say maybe Mercury's a little bit in retrograde. I think.
yeah. I know the perfect spiritual healer.
Yeah, I also feel sad sometimes. Right, yeah. Am I a joke to you?
Ever tried being happy?
Wow, Chloe. I
This is
had
what
a
not to
therapist
say.
my therapist straight up just went, when I had the old
Meant to be.
mental breakdown.
We all have a good old
We all
mental
have
be
one
every now and again.
And he was just like, anxiety is part of life. It's like, Jesus, for $800 an hour, I was hoping for something more insightful. Low-key love you though, if you're watching.
Oh my gosh.
So you soon, boy. Do you think men could have? Do you think female therapists for men is just too like mommying? I know that might
I think
sound
it's mommy
hella weird.
regardless if you're a female or a male. Like going to my mom and telling her my problems and getting the same feedback, that's free.
No,
Just
I
so
guess
you
what
know.
I'm trying to say is, should people have like the same sex therapist? So like, women see women, men see men.
I guess it can add a little bit of like insight to a situation, but I do think that like it's the same thing when it comes to female doctors on female patients. Like, you know, it gives insight, but these people are ultimately trained for.
Yes.
Yeah, I've tried both.
Okay, and what would you say? In your experience, what did you prefer?
I think it was more just down to the therapist. I think women can relate to you more maybe in sort of a lived experience, but if a man is qualified, he's qualified.
Yeah.
And he can give really good insight. So
I do
He's
think
just a professional at
there are
logic.
things in your bones, though, like our social bones, where like men behave differently around women. Where and I'm like happy that I saw a man, whereas. You know, you'd be embarrassed to be like, and then I was crying.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, that makes sense.
Why is my head in your lap? How does this happen?
Samuel.
Yeah, that's
why is my hand on your elbow?
That's not how therapy works.
That's exactly where my mind went.
Yeah, I'm a therapy fighter though. Like when I went and I was like having sessions, a couple years ago. I just remember like someone walked out crying, and I was like, shit, that's the standard. Okay, I got to either cry more than that. Or not cry.
Or lick up the tears.
Yeah, but
Be a man.
Be a man. Yeah.
Am I doing the last
Crack
one?
a Coke. What's the last one?
Things you can say in bed and a job interview. Well, that was quick.
What? Do you want long or short? It can't be both. Fucking hell. Don't ask for length and say it's fine.
I was so excited I came early.
Jeez, that's a good one.
That is a good one.
What is it again? Things you can say?
Things you can say. Oh, no.
Oopsie.
Things you can say in bed and a job interview.
I tend to work better in groups. Come on now.
Oh, okay. I can be flexible depending on what's required.
Wow.
Ooh.
I can't. Limited.
My
severely.
downside, I guess I'm just a perfectionist. I'm just really good at what I do.
Imagine sleeping with someone like that. I'm a perfectionist.
Okay.
You will come right now.
I'm quite hands-on.
Yeah, hands-on approach. This is being recorded for training purposes.
The last time
saw that
I
on
was
TikTok.
fired, I made a mess. Yeah, you can hear the uncertainty. I don't know what was happening.
Sam was just pretty much letting the words come out on their own.
Exactly. I'm late again. More pregnancy related.
That is more
But you can say it in
pregnancy.
the bedroom,
Yeah. This episode is sponsored by Clicks. Head down to your nearest retailer for that pregnancy test.
Wow. That was brazy.
Crazy. With a C. All right. Well, I think that was quite a fun section.
That was. Well done, everyone.
Maybe we didn't understand them properly.
I think
but
it needs
either
to
way,
be
we had
like
fun.
an instance situation.
Yeah,
This is the pilot.
There's got to be a timer.
This is the pilot. So, like all pilots,
It could be cuck.
yeah.
I feel like we have to.
And we're finding our way
like
there.
A talking stick. Like I feel like we have to pass it between each
Yeah,
other.
that's a great. And then if you don't get it,
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah.
You know, there's that one Australian. They do like a stand up and stuff, and then they'll give instances, and they each have to come to the mic, and it's
And
very
do it,
much
yeah.
like whose line is it anyway-esque.
yeah, that's where we got the idea.
Oh right. Okay.
Mock the week, whose lines anyway? Because
Yes.
I was like, can we just copy whose line is anyway? And then I was like, Mock the Week exists. So
Yes.
that's on television. And
Yeah.
it's the exact same concept with British people.
Speaking of another game that we want to copy,
Okay. Let's go.
would I lie to you?
Would I lie to you? This is like 2 truths and a lie. Am I wrong?
Exactly.
But not at all.
But there's no truths and one lie. It's just, is it a truth or lie?
We said come ready. So,
True or false?
so I'll start. So for those of you not familiar with the concept, I will say a statement and I will then get grilled by, God, name again? Cassidy.
Elbow. Sure you don't want to touch my elbow.
No, comedic effect. That's how you keep it light. And Chloe. No, because I nearly called you Chloe, so I was like, what the fuck is happening here?
Elbows.
Anyways.
It's been a lot.
Okay, so we've got a minute to decipher whether this is a truth or a
We
lie.
need a timer.
Oh, there's a timer
Okay.
running. Can you not see it? It's a big clock, woman.
Okay.
Anyway, so yeah, I used to work at the Cape Town Comedy Club, but got fired for unsatisfactory conduct.
You.
Yes.
Okay.
Truth.
No,
So
you
you're
go-
just going straight away, truth.
You go. Okay.
And
well,
if it's a lie, I win. So that's the whole concept.
what
of
was
the
your
game.
job?
I was the spotlight operator.
Okay. I'm saying it's true. I don't have any questions to ask you. You are that type of guy.
False.
False?
No, it's true.
100%.
You don't understand the game.
I feel like I didn't need to. I won.
it's about the audience winning, and they lost out on a great story there,
Okay.
Cassidy.
Fine.
Okay.
What's yours?
Okay. So I once convinced a stranger that I was a celebrity and then gave them an autograph.
Which celebrity did you pretend to be?
Katy Perry.
Did they come up to you asking if you were okay? She does kind of look like Katy Perry. Did they say Katy Perry, or did you tell them Katy Perry?
Okay, I'll set the scene. So I was getting into an Uber and I got in, and then the Uber driver was just like silent, like he looked like starstruck. And then
Side question, how bad did the Uber smell?
so bad,
Okay.
like
Okay.
so bad.
This
Yeah.
is the truth.
This is the truth.
Okay. And then
Like so bad. So I got in, he's like really quiet, and I'm like, hi. And he's like, sorry to ask you this, but like, are you Katy Perry? And I don't know, I just felt like.
and then you
along.
autographed, or you offered up an autograph?
No, he asked for one.
This is Uber.
I think
Uber
some
drivers
people-
just want to
I
chat
think
about
some-
Zimbabwe
I often
and the
get-
prosperity of Zambia.
Guys, I'm telling you, I think that some
It's
people.
giving Zimbabwe.
I think that
Busy
some
night?
people think.
Yes, I drive a fucking car. It's a tough living. Don't need to chat to you now.
We really should let Chloe talk at some.
Yeah.
I think some people think that I don't sound like I have a South African accent. So sometimes people ask like where I'm from and stuff. So he obviously thought that I was like kind of foreign, but then he asked for an autograph, and it was just kind of like too fast. It was like, "Oh, you Katy Perry," and I was like,
Serendipitous.
and he was like, "Can I have an autograph?" And I was like, "Sure."
My gut is false. What are you?
I also think false.
False.
I believe you with the stinky Uber, but
Yeah,
that's as far
false.
as this goes.
Is that a truth? or
It
a lie?
is a lie.
Yes.
Chloe, you have way too much integrity. to
Yeah,
think
you
that
do have
type
too
of
much.
That's true.
You'd be like, I'm Chloe, you silly. Chloe from KETS.
Chloe from KETS, and I like matcha.
She
That is
does.
true.
I know.
I'm a
Let's not get
matcha
controversial
I
now.
know.
Okay, let's
Okay.
hear your.
My one. Okay. I once dated a guy that shat in my shower.
Okay,
Okay,
how
the
long,
gut says true, but let's unpack this.
Okay, how long ago was this?
Goodness, this could have been about 1.5 years ago. I stopped seeing people after Dan. I kind of needed to mend. And then I decided to try dating. And then after that, I was like, oh, okay.
How
maybe I need to.
did you come upon this crime scene?
Well, what do you mean? We were staying in a hotel.
Yes.
We were staying in a hotel.
What do you mean? It's a
because-
question.
Okay, that's true. We were staying in a hotel because rent is expensive. So I was staying with my parents and he was staying with his parents. So we decided
It's
to.
like awkward.
Yeah,
We decided to save money and stay at a hotel.
No.
This is why our country's in ruins.
Okay.
Wait, what hotel was it?
It was one in town. It was actually like this. What's it? Stay Easy.
Should be
Okay,
easy.
that I've heard of it.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, don't shower there, folks. Fuck.
Yeah. So it was that, and then I went out in the morning. I went to like some yoga class or whatnot, and then I came back
And there was just
scene.
this shit in the shower.
Where was he at the time?
in the room sleeping.
And did you confront him?
Yes, I did.
And what did he say?
He said, "How do I know you didn't do it?"
A man after my own heart. Just the Uno
How
reverse.
do you know that you didn't do it?
Because I'm a girl and girls don't poo.
Yeah, girls don't do that.
Duh.
I know the Cape
Wait,
Town.
I have one more question.
Okay.
How big was it? Like,
Oh,
was it
Chloe.
like a...
It was like a stinky turd. Like it was. He had been drinking the night before.
Based on the Cape Town dating scene, I'm leaning towards true. Chloe?
Yeah, true.
True.
Okay, there's one thing that's not true in that story. It wasn't the shower. It was the bath.
That's even worse. But also, I feel we fundamentally don't understand this game. So is that true? God, that's disgusting. What's his name? Drop his... No, what? We won't bleep that out. We'll put his Instagram handle in the show notes. Okay,
Okay.
we do one more each, all right?
Okay.
Where's my one that I
Okay.
wrote down? All right. I used to walk our neighbor's 2 dogs until the one ran away during a walk.
When was this? How old were you?
I was 15 at the time, earning a little bit of pocket money. Used to walk Pam and Andy's dog. Those aren't the dog's names. Those are the dog owners. But Pam and Andy would be a very cute dog name.
What
I used
breed were the dogs?
The one was Straathond, whatever you call those. A real... No,
like a mixed
pavement
breed.
special.
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry. Sometimes my Afrikaans comes out.
Okay.
And then the other one was little Jack Russell.
Okay.
Kind of old, blind in the one eye.
One eye.
His name was One Eye Jack.
Which
it
one
wasn't.
did One-Eyed Jack run away?
Well, no, the problem was we were in the green belt, and the the poor part about this is that my mom had to take me to the greenbelt to walk these dogs, and she would just wait in the parking lot.
Pick you up and you're only one
that's
dog.
hectic.
Well, no. So we'd set off, and my mom's waiting, and I'm like, the time, and then we're trying to get these dogs to walk because you still want them to be tired when they come home. And then I'm running with them, and then halfway through running, I look back and I realize that the Jack Russell's no longer with us.
No leads.
The Strato knows, like, this is who gives me food. It's like, I'm sticking with this guy. And then what ensued was a very chaotic search for the dogs. And then we found him, but they had to come and look, Pam and Andy, who were in their like sort of early
Did you ever
70s.
work for Pam and Andy again?
Only in the cat business. So they trusted me then to feed their cats.
The cats won't run
Because they're
away.
like, yeah, the cat's already gone.
Did you put the run on Strava?
I was 15.
Kudos.
I was 15 at the time. I was an innocent. It was an
Looking
innocent
for one
world.
out
But yeah,
Jack.
no, it was very embarrassing, very scary, and yeah, I kind of exited the dog walking
I don't know.
profession.
I don't
for
know.
a
I
while.
don't know if I see you
As a
walking
dog
dogs.
walker,
Like I
think
really
you
don't.
kind of just be like, "Fuck you," and what you need me to do. I got shit.
This is also 15-year-old Sam.
True.
Again, it wasn't like a celebrity gig.
I'm gonna go with false.
I'm gonna go with false as well.
Well, you'd be correct. That's a complete
Yeah.
lie. Who the fuck has time to walk
You
dogs?
see, this is the energy you get
Except
from Sam.
I want a dog desperately and I want to walk it. Well done, guys. Okay, so far no one's managed to outfuck someone. Chloe, you're up.
Okay.
Lie.
Okay.
Immediately lie.
Lie.
Okay. I once sent my ex-boyfriend's breakup text back to him instead of.
Oh, as like a forwarded. You're trying to send it. Oh. How long was the breakup text? Was it an essay or was
Or an
it?
upstyle.
No. It was lengthy.
Did it say read more?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
But this so it wasn't read more because it was like we were talking on Snapchat weirdly.
What?
Snapchat.
Can you do that? I thought that was
Yeah.
just for dick pics. Did you send his dick pic back to him?
Sam is now
Ew,
finding out
look
that
at this.
Chloe had ex-boyfriends.
Imagine just sending the picture back to him and think about this.
embarrassing.
Yeah, think about your dick, boy. Wow.
How old are you?
I was 15.
Oh, when
It's
you were walking
15.
dogs.
Yeah.
Your lives were falling apart, clearly.
I was 15, 16.
Yeah, okay.
How old is he?
16, 17.
Okay, cool.
Well, you
So-
try to get her there. so far, the
18.
the ages check out. So the
Yeah.
ages, okay.
Okay.
What did he say when you sent it back to him?
He didn't say anything, which made it more awkward. And so then I thought, now I've got to just double down, right?
Oh.
Like, fuck. Because I couldn't unsend it. So I just said, I think you really need to think about this.
I mean, good comeback.
I think this is true. Chloe
Yeah,
is
I do.
nuts like
and
this.
I also think like
You should see
that
your
is
mother.
such a girl thing, like
Yeah.
to forward it to a friend. So I've been in that situation as well.
So we're both going true?
Yeah.
True.
Okay, it is a truth.
You almost said lie there. You were like, it is that.
God, we're too good at this. Cassidy, you're up. Last
Okay,
one.
alrighty. I like to pretend that my little sister is my daughter.
Jesus, that is just... I hope not.
Okay, so for context, like I know this, but you guys look almost identical, so I can totally see that happening. Like
How old is she?
She's 17.
Okay.
like a teen mom vibe. Where does this happen?
I've been doing it since I was in high school. So,
Okay, give us a scenario.
Okay,
She
so
comes home from school.
Yeah. I'll take her to Woolies with me, and then I will kind of just speak to her in a very motherly light so that people around us think that she's my daughter. So I'm like, what do you want? Okay.
Is this so you get like young mom compliments? How insane are you?
Be like, wow.
I don't
Yeah.
really
Okay,
care
just
for the compliments.
we're just
old
gonna
are
stick to
you?
one lie at a time.
Do you know what? Okay.
I think you have a good relationship with your sister. I don't think you have that. I think that would. Correct me if I'm wrong. I'm not a girl. I can only speak to my relationship with my sister. I know if I try to dad my sister, she would kill me.
Okay.
That's
So I feel like if you try to mom your sister, she'd be like,
Girl, I have one of those. Mhm.
yeah.
I think people probably mistake you for her mom often, but like you don't really like.
Yeah, so I'm going lie.
Yeah, me too.
It's the truth.
Oh, winner.
Wait, does she play it up?
Does she like it?
Yeah. So
How bad is your real mom?
no, so it started when
Guys,
we were.
let's pretend.
It started when we were in high school, and we went to Woolworths with one of my boyfriends, and my mom had left the trolley, so it was just myself, said boyfriend, and my sister, and then these women were looking at us like in the worst way, like, oh my goodness. And I was like, I know, I was a very rambunctious 11-year-old, and like kind of just owning it. And my sister was just
like acne.
it does.
I've got some rambunctions.
Yeah, and my sister was just rolling her eyes like, oh my goodness, this again. Because I do get mistaken for her mom a lot.
Yeah.
So my sister doesn't think anything of it. And then my mom walked back to the trolley, and then you literally
You're like,
saw people
Granny!
Yeah,
you know, and then they were like, oh, okay, it makes sense now.
Granny.
So she knows that when
This is
my
a
mom's
great
not
looking
around,
family.
yeah, when my mom's not around, my sister goes, don't do it. And
That's
I'm like,
hilarious.
she's mine. Yes, I had her when I was young.
I think. Yeah, sorry, Chloe.
This reminds me of, so when I was like 6, 7, I like so, because I'm the oldest daughter, I'm the oldest sibling, I so badly wanted an older sibling. So I would do a similar thing. I would make my mom talk about my older sister, Shelly, but like loudly and woolies.
Crazy.
So I'd be like, okay, mom, like talk
Also,
about
why
Shelly.
is everyone talking loudly in Woolies? Not in like a checkers chaos way.
No.
But in
You
like
want to be
a
seen
loud,
in
entitled
Woolies.
way. Yeah.
You want to be seen in Woolies.
Yeah.
I can't do it. But I think I'll call it there because it was a bit of a train wreck at times, but it was also funny. And I think its idea is not to challenge what I like. I mean, those are world-renowned comedians, but it's an interesting way to get to know someone slightly differently.
Yeah, okay.
Also, how they lie, how they work, how their brain works.
You really can't.
But you did so good. Neither of us won a point. Just as guesses.
Yeah.
Cassidy is the trained comedian. So she's done really well there.
Okay, great.
Let us know if you enjoy that. We also, as the show ramps up, want to get the audience to submit stuff.
Okay.
Because that'll be quite
cool.
funny because that's their lie for us and we'll have to
we'll, like,
take it out.
have
And
to
that's
do
a
it.
nice way to.
So this will be like shits and gigs, but not the Andrew Schultz episode.
No,
What's
definitely
it?
not.
Cool.
No, that's
Andrew Schultz made a racist joke and they laughed instead of defending the
The thing.
honor.
Oh, wow. You see,
Definitely
I've been out of the game. I don't even know what's going on in the podcasting world.
And then TB was long.
Let's wrap it up in terms of what's up next for you. I know you've got an exciting podcast.
Yeah.
Right, where we can find you. December's quite busy for comedians in Cape Town.
Yes, it is.
Getting coffee and cars. And
yeah, quite literally.
so what's up next for Cassidy Nicholson? And may I just add, I think it's so wonderful that you've branched out and that Constantia Mom's still a character, but it's not your sole defining feature.
Me too. Thanks. Yeah. Great work.
Yeah.
How many? We're gonna have an elbow touch counter. Bring me that elbow, girl.
That's my weenus. That's my weenus.
This is why we stopped.
Okay, but
so-
yeah,
Where
Yeah.
to find me? Okay. Well, I perform quite often, so you'll have to just follow me. Oh, there goes my bracelet. It's because Sam made me nervous when he touched my elbow.
I'm actually a sleight of hand sort of high-level thief.
Now you see it, now you don't. Now it's on the floor. Oh, wow, my dear.
Jesus Christ, I need to get a grip.
Follow me on my socials, a girl named Cassidy, across all of my platforms, TikTok, YouTube, and Instagram.
Nice.
I will update you when I have any up-and-coming shows. A lot of the time I perform at Comedy on Kloof, which is next to Ahsoka, every Tuesday. It's called Vortex. That's what the venue's called.
Terrifying.
Otherwise, just, follow me on my socials for updates. There is a podcast coming soon. There's also something else that's coming soon, but I can't tell you what it is just yet.
Oh,
That's
I
what
hate when people do that.
Just know if you're a creative, you're going to be like, oh my goodness, I want that. It's,
Amazing.
It's for the creatives. Creatives for creatives by creatives. Like Mark Jacobs.
Yeah, Mark by Mark,
Amazing.
for Mark.
For Mark.
And Chloe?
Chloe?
Anything from you to end off our first episode
I feel on
back?
the spot now. No, just a massive thank you to you, Cassidy.
Thank you so much.
I always have so much fun if we post it, we don't post it.
Please post it.
No, of course we'll post it.
Jeepers.
No, it's so much
We
fun.
just do this for fun.
Just girl you.
That's my next lie. We set up cameras, lights, everything.
Nothing's recorded.
Just to pretend to have
for
a
dinner,
pod.
yeah. Do you know what? Some people probably do that, so let's not bash. But yeah, thank you for coming on.
Thank you for having me.
I always love when you come on, and I feel like we get to know you a little bit better every time.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Worst ways to end a podcast? Silence.
No.
Agreed.
You've taken it longer.
Yeah, that would be movie. Like,
right.
follow, subscribe, leave a review, and
KETS
we'll
is
see you
back,
guys
baby.
next
KETS is
week.
back.
Bye.
Bye.
We have breaking news. I'm toasted.